called up to make his remarks. You'll recall President Bola Tinubu declared a state of emergency in Rivers State back in March, suspending both the executive and legislative over the political crisis between Fubara and Wike. The emergency was lifted on September 17 after both sides announced they had resolved their differences. It might interest you to know that Sunday was the birthday of Speaker Amihule, and we can confirm there was no public birthday wish from either the governor or the state government. Meanwhile, political observers say the cracks are still visible. Dr. Obi Nawadim of the University of Port Harcourt told our correspondent Ifechukwu that what was reached was only a ceasefire, not real peace.
I think his wisdom, it makes some sense. He's trying to reassert himself as the executive governor of the state. But I don't think that it has any potential to bring back troubles. There are fence-mending mechanisms, and this one shouldn't be enough to potential trouble ahead in the state. The governor has taken a bold step.
Also, PDP chieftain Alex Muonyili says the current situation in Rivers is merely a semblance of peace.
I don't know what the governor is within his constitutional right to dissolve and reconstitute any board. I believe he has the reason, but what those reasons are is what I don't know. And whether that will have a triple effect on other boards that will have been constituted before now is also what I don't know. We can only wait to watch the actions of the governor. Whether it will affect the peace or not, like I said, depends on what is the reason behind the dissolution.
Let's bring back political scientist Dr. Obi Nawadim, who has described Governor Siminalayi Fubara's decision to dissolve the Rivers State Pension Board as a bold move to reassert his authority as governor. On Friday, Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara approved the immediate dissolution of the Rivers State Pension Board. In an interview with correspondent Ifechukwu, the University of Port Harcourt lecturer dismissed fears that the decision could trigger another round of political crisis in the state. He suggests that the governor may have consulted with President Bola Tinubu before taking the step.
The one of the first things he did when he came to office was to go to meet the president to seek for his advice in order to avert future troubles in the state. I also think that perhaps he may have also sought the advice of Mr. President in what he is doing. And maybe Mr. President would have given him the go-ahead to actually take some decisions in order to reassert himself. But I don't see him totally dissolving all the board the former sole administrator put in place.
Also speaking, PDP chieftain Dr. Alex Muonyili said Governor Fubara has the constitutional right to dissolve the board of any agency in the state. According to him, the dissolution will not immediately affect the fragile relationship between the two political groups. However, he highlighted some conflicting issues in the arrangement, adding that both groups are merely enjoying what he called a semblance of peace.
From that point of view, one would believe that whatever decision that Abbas took means that it's the president that took that decision. And the same governor is also eulogizing the president and thanking him profusely for saving him and all he did to bring about peace and all that type of things. So if Abbas, being an appointee of the president that the governor is praising and thanking, and it shows that his actions should be acceptable by the governor. So that is where the conflict is.
In another development, one of the leaders of Women Unite for Same in Rivers State, Ebony Nwukeibe, says the resumption of office by Governor Siminalayi Fubara has brought life back to Rivers State. She said this while speaking on the large turnout of women during their last Thanksgiving program organized by the group in Port Harcourt.
That we will need the governor will need the attention of Rivers women that will not come. Not only Rivers women, Rivers people. Don't look at the environment. It feels like a burden has been lifted. There's this certain level of excitement in the air. It's been over a week. but you can feel it that Rivers is alive again. So why don't people come out?
Nwoke Ibe urged Governor Fubara to continue with his Rivers First mantra for the good of Rivers women.
We are happy with the fact that he's back. And you know that 6 months was a lot of time. We will need him to recoup first. So there is no rush. But if there's one thing we trust and we believe in, we believe that God has heard us. We also believe in the ideology of Sinala Ifubara, where he will always say, Rivers. So we trust him enough to know that when he has settled into office, he will put Rivers first. And the women are also part of that mantra, Rivers first.
In other news, the Rivers State government says it remains grateful to core members for their role in the growth and development of the state. The permanent secretary in the Cabinet Bureau, Office of the Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Azibao Lanari Uzoma Wogu, made this known at the swearing-in of the 2025 Batch B Stream 2 core members over the weekend at the NYSC orientation camp in Noa Bamtai. Representing the governor, she urged the core members to take advantage of the scheme's skill acquisition training to become self-reliant and contribute to the nation's economy. Earlier, the state coordinator of the NYSC in Rivers State, Moses Olege, appealed to the governor to fulfill the promise of renovating camp facilities. A total of 2,100 core members, made up of 910 males and 1,190 females, were sworn in during the ceremony. And now youth of Ungo Town in Ward 1 of Andoni Local Government Area have commended the chairman of Andoni Local Government Area, Promise Otuo, for project he has awarded since assuming office. The commendation came from the Ama-Ngo Youth Assembly during the voters registration sensitization campaign held in Ungo Town, the council headquarters. Speaking on behalf of the youth, the assembly's president, Dick Nkakik, said Chairman Otuo has already shown promise in his role as council boss.
We want to pledge our support to your government. We are happy that even between 1 week of your administration, you have demonstrated leadership by awarding contracts. Not only awarding contracts, but you have also mobilized the contractors to go to site. So we're happy with the administration and we pledge our support that as long as our government is concerned, we, the youth of Ungo, will support you. We give you every necessary support you need from us.
Kakek assured the chairman of the youth support, but urged him to fulfill his campaign promises, empower young people and sustain peace in the area. He also called on residents of Ungo Town to take advantage of the ongoing voter registration exercise.
We also use the same vein to call on every youth, sons and daughters of Ungo Ward 1 to come home and be enrolled in this ongoing voters registration exercise. It's our right, and so we need to be enrolled. Nigeria wants it. Our people, Ward 1, Ungo, also want you to be enrolled. We also pledge supporting you in coming to Ungo. If you need transport, contact us. The Ebulu government chairman has also promised to support anyone that will come.
Now, he added that the Otuo administration is willing to support anyone who comes to the council secretariat in Ungo Town to register for their voters' card. Now, let's now talk about today's proposed strike by oil workers. The federal government is appealing to the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Pengasan, to shelve its planned strike over its dispute with Dangote Refinery. Minister of Labour and Employment Mohammed Dingyadi made the appeal on Sunday, saying the ministry has already taken steps to bring both parties to the table. The minister disclosed that invitations have been sent to the leadership of Pengasan and the Dangote Refinery management for an emergency conciliation meeting in its office today, Monday. Now, Dingyadi urged Pengasan to withdraw its strike declaration to allow talks to be held in a peaceful atmosphere. He warned that a shutdown in the petroleum sector would result in heavy revenue losses, worsen hardship for Nigerians, and threaten economic stability as well as national security. The minister assured that the federal government is committed to resolving the dispute amicably in the national interest. Meanwhile, in better news, Pengasan is assuring Nigerians that its planned strike from Monday will not cause petrol scarcity. The union had directed its members nationwide to withdraw their services over the alleged mass dismissal of Nigerian workers by the Dangote Refinery. The strike notice has raised public concern about possible long queues at filling stations. But speaking on Channels Television, Pengasan President Festus Osifo dismissed those fears, insisting the action will not affect the supply of petrol. Union already cut gas supply to refined fertilizer plants. The impact will not translate into fuel shortages in the coming days. In a related story, Nigerians may face tougher days ahead as a nationwide strike declared by the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria begins today. The action threatens to trigger both soaring petrol prices and widespread electricity blackout. The union has directed its members to stop crude oil and gas supply to the Dangote refinery, a move that oil marketers warn could severely disrupt fuel distribution and push prices higher. Adding to the concerns, power generation companies say they will shut down all thermal plants as part of the strike. With thermal stations providing more than 70% of Nigeria's power supply, the shutdown could throw the country into darkness, cripple economic activities, and worsen hardship for households and businesses. To security now, the federal government has rejected claims that terrorists in Nigeria are carrying out a systematic genocide against Christians, describing such allegations as false and divisive. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris says portraying Nigeria's security challenges as a targeted campaign against one religious group is a gross misrepresentation of reality. He stressed that extremists have attacked Nigerians of all faiths, including Muslims, Christians, and even those with no religious affiliation. The minister noted that while Nigeria has faced acts of terrorism, labeling the situation as a deliberate, systematic assault on Christians oversimplifies a complex security environment and fuels division. He highlighted military gains against terror groups, saying that between May 2023 and February 2025, security forces killed more than 13,500 terrorists and criminals while rescuing nearly 10,000 hostages. And now, an expert, retired Navy Commodore Promise Dapper, says it is expedient for Nigeria to adopt state policing. Retired Commodore Dapper said this as the debate over state police continues to linger in the national discourse. He says the level of insecurity in the country requires even the adoption of a local government police system.
The country is overtaken by bandits and criminals, and some people are pontificating whether you need state police or not. As a matter of fact, we even need local government police. What is police about? Ability to defend, to protect an environment. All of us will do that in our houses. Now, when you build a house, put mega, is that not policing? Why not wait for the federal government to come and police your house? You have a company where you're working. You don't you put guard, put security around there. When do you become ripe for you to say you are not ripe to secure your house or your environment?
He argues that those opposing state police are motivated more by politics than genuine security concerns.
So we keep saying this issue of political opponent, and are the political people more important than the general masses? The general masses are even protected, and they are fighting themselves. Is that not better? That's okay, because politicians don't want to fight themselves, then the general masses should suffer. So that's not an argument at all.
Still to come, resident doctors have given a 30-day ultimatum to the federal government. We will tell you more about this after this break. Stay with us.
Government special announcement. The executive
You're welcome back. Now, the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has given the federal government 30 days to address a list of unresolved welfare and policy issues affecting its members. The doctors are demanding payment of salary arrears, implementation of promotion entitlement, and reinstatement of colleagues who were sacked. The ultimatum was issued in a communique signed on Sunday by NARD President Mohammed Suleiman, Secretary General Shuaibu Ibrahim, and Publicity and Social Secretary Abdul Majid Ibrahim at the end of the association's 45th annual general meeting and scientific conference in Katsina State. Back here in Rivers State, the Rivers State chapter of the Environmental Health Officers Association of Nigeria has rounded off a 4-day program to mark the 2025 World Environmental Health Day. At the award presentation and dinner night, the state president of the association, Samuel Ofo, said sanitarians carried out activities such as clean air sensitization to promote the need for a healthy environment.
Day one, we went telling the people the importance of keeping the environment clean, just as the topic implies. Clean air, healthy people. As a sanitarian, we were able to tell the public the importance of clean air, because if the air is polluted, we're breathing a 3 award presentation for some retirees and professionals who have kept this profession to this day. The 4 is Thanksgiving.
Also speaking, the association's public relations officer, Joseph Tamunaegiye Ofori, highlighted the dangers of unpacked waste on human health, especially when refuse is not properly bagged.
As humans, our activities generate waste every now and then. These generated are they just left in the atmosphere as air, as solid waste or liquid that now trickle down to the earth, to the sky, and to the waters? People should take responsibility of managing waste. First, assemble your waste in way of collection, bag them, safely dispose of them in appropriate and recommended or approved dump sites for waste managers to pick them.
Now, the chairman of the planning committee, Akerika Baribe, joined some awardees in sharing their views at the event.
Whatever that affects the environment affects everybody. So at every point in time, we should watch our actions to ensure that our activities does not pollute the ambient air to enhance our longevity.
We have contributed in several fields towards promoting environmental health. The nexus for this award is solely on hard work. Hard work to the profession, hard work at individual level, collective level, and as a trainer, we have trained lots of environmental officers. I thank God for it, and I pray that the association keep it alive.
Correspondent Nnamdi Samuala reports that the highlight of the celebration was the induction of the board chairman of the River State Waste Management Agency, Dr. Samuel Wanosike, into the association. This year's World Environmental Health Day, observed every September 26, had a theme, Clean Air, Healthy People. Now, weeks after launching Peace Park Estate, Odibola Properties has completed land allocation to buyers of Harmony Grove Estate Phase 1 over the weekend. Some of the new landowners described the investment process as smooth and recommended Odibola Properties to the public, assuring prospective clients of a stress-free experience.
This is not like my first lot of land buying from them. I have several properties with them. Every time I buy a property from them, I always have this peace of mind because I've never had any issue, any reason to regret dealing with them. So for me, I think Odibola Property seems to be the only real estate in Port Harcourt. For me, I don't do business with you if I don't have your track record. So I will always encourage anybody that want to buy property from anybody. Go and do your own findings.
I'm really excited because prior to this time, I've actually been looking out for choice properties in a well-structured estate, and getting to know Odibola. You don't just buy, you buy and they develop. I'm okay with what I'm seeing. I'm looking out for, where do Odibola have? Where can we take the opportunity to invest?
An Odibola agent turned landowner, Dora Gospel, also shared her testimony of consistent investment with the company over the years.
When it comes to Odibola Property, I've been dealing with them since 2017, and Odibola Property has given me the benefit of doubt. He has given me 100% of me investing my money with him over the years, and it's either Odibola Property or nothing. I'm so glad I'm part of this company. Even if you face any challenges, he's not going to let you face it alone. He will come in and make sure that problem is solved. That's the one thing I can tell anybody. I can guarantee anyone about Odibola Properties.
Earlier, the managing director of Odibola Properties, Julius Rega, announced that the over 200 plots in Harmony Grove Estate Phase 1 were fully sold out and duly allocated to their owners. He urged prospective clients to consider investing in Peace Park Estate and other available properties.
So if you're looking for peace of mind, if you're looking for a company where you can invest your money and you can have access to your property, I think Odibola Property is your best bet. So we encourage people, don't sit with that money. Invest in the real estate. Odibola landlords are happy people. Peace Park is still there. You have other estates. Don't, because of the fear of land grabbers, you keep the money back. Rather invest in Odibola Properties where you know that your land is safe. You can do business with us and go to sleep.
Correspondent Rejoice Amadi reports that after inspections, land documents were signed and officially handed over to each buyer. Harmony Grove Estate Phase 1 comes with paved access roads, street lights, active security, and a modern drainage system. Odibola Properties Limited is located at Odibola House, Nyeweli in Sirim Layout, Tombia Extension, GRA Phase 2. We go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the news. At least 4 people have died and 8 others injured after a gunman stormed a church in Michigan, driving a vehicle into the building, opening fire, and then setting it on fire. Police say the attack happened during Sunday service at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc, a town about 60 miles northwest of Detroit, where hundreds of worshippers were gathered. That's the news, but before we go, here is a look at the headlines once again. We told you about the notable absentees at River State Interdenominational Thanksgiving for Independence Anniversary, including state lawmakers and local government chairmen. We also brought you reactions to the dissolution of Pension Board by Governor Fubara, and we reported that the federal government has appealed to Pengassen as nationwide strike begins today. You heard the federal government rejects claims of genocide against Christians in Nigeria. The news was edited by Ufoma Ewamano. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifechukwu Muonyili. Many thanks for listening.